Oh, pfft. That pretty much like came out of the blue. I have a crown pass apparently, so we can go to the Crown Tundra, everybody. It has been released, but I think that's one thing I will save for later, maybe for like after the game or something, or after the main game, or before I do the post-game stuff or something like that. I'll see. I'll play it by ear, what's new, right? He's not a bad trainer, I guess. Anyway, weird disjointed opening to the LP. Water, how about one of my water balls? Pretty amazing. She's one of our... Didn't I talk to these guys already? Like, before I, Oh, I didn't talk to him. He can't seem to catch a Galarian Meowth. Yeah, sure. I guess so. I mean, a Hausu. I'll trade him Hausu. Why not? I can't like stand to let him down. And I can always catch another one of these guys. Sorry, Hausu. I know we weren't in the team for that long, but we've got to get this Cantonian Meowth. Got to get my new Nintendo 3DS with all those 2017 games. Cash. Cash is his name. Depending on the region, some Pokemon may have different appearance or types. You can say that again. Let me have a look at this guy here. Cash. I'm trying to think what that's like reminding me of. There's like some speed, attack, technician. It's good. Payday. This is my last resort. A timid nature. Might as well take the citrus berry off of him. I'm not going having you up in front, by the way, Cash, because I have other Pokemon here, like a child. Well, no, we've been using him a lot. I might as well put him up in front. Well, or her, Ollie. Sorry, this is like the most, like, scattered big opening to an LP video of all time. 3 minutes? It's like 15 years and all I've heard from you is laughter. It's not funny, John. There's like some point in that video, and yeah, he did lose. I love that they're all talking about how he's a loser all of a sudden. I never talked about the music in this game, really. Well, I did talk about it, but in this town, I really like the music as well. It's like this kind of relaxed guitar jam, sort of, or something. We've got like the Channel 5 news here. Do you know what I was going to do? I was thinking about this off screen, and I'm glad I remembered it right now. I was going to take out, because I was thinking, like, what Pokemon can... Oh, well, I suppose I have Vigo. I forgot Vigo, but Roxette I have as well. Might as well replace Roxette with Cash with Roxette, I guess. And fight Channel 5 News. Because I was thinking, like, I completely forgot that I have Vigo. How could I forget Vigo the Carpathian, of all people? Step back, Vigo. Halloween is over. Well, at least in your, at least in your world, in the viewer's world, I guess. Since, at least in the viewer's world, since I just recorded the, I didn't even look at what kind of attacks this thing has. Oh, I got very confused when I saw Raboot. I was like, it's not, it's a child. I just recorded, right before this, I recorded the last part of, well, I shouldn't say the last part, since I am planning on doing Zangetsu solo mode at some stage, but I just recorded the last part of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, where I did, like, the Nightmare mode final level. Which, judging by my judgment, I have 3 more videos to go. A child reveals his true nature. A rapist. And by my reckoning, that'll come out right on the 31st of October. So by the time this video goes out, it'll actually be November. So there we go. It's a new month already, everybody. A new nightmare. I was already well, I wasn't even talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, the final nightmare. I just referenced it in one sentence, which is all I could get in. That video pretty much was like a runaway steam train. Oh, this is that route with that apple Pokemon, Applin. It's down here. Well, no, it's not just down here. It's pretty much like anywhere in the grass. But again, I used that in the. I used that in my other file. So like I used the Appleton, which is one of my like favorite new Pokemon, and I think that's the problem. So many of the new Pokemon that this is Applin, by the way, Grass and Dragon type, which is just cool. Which is another reason not to use this against it. I think that's not, I'm not going to call it a problem, but I think that's the predicament, really, is the proper word. Is that so many of, like, the new Pokemon that were introduced in this game, I love their designs so much that I ended up using them in my main file, like on Harry's file, not Bowser's file. And as a result, I kind of don't really want to use them again because I want to use new Pokemon. So all of these cool Pokemon like Galarian Rapidash and even Slowbro, even Galarian Slowbro, I ended up using on my main team. Cloyster I have on my main team. I kind of want to like. Well, Cloyster, I talk about Cloyster as if Cloyster is a new Pokemon. Even though he very obviously is not. Ooh, there's like a TM back here. TM31 attract, and I'm attracting all these terrifying bears. Which I can just very easily get away from. Ooh, there's something on the ground over here. 2 big mushrooms. Guess it's party night tonight. So yeah, like I kind of want to avoid using Pokemon that I used a lot on, oh, here's Debra. I was just tweeting Splishable Infinitive yesterday about how it's funny how Debra is still pretty much our go-to name for some like condescending adult or something like that. And that actually, it's almost like the Mandela effect, because that comes from our like mutual misremembering of like the film Labyrinth, where we imagine like when, do you know the way she has like a stepmom or a mom, I can't even remember whether it's a stepmom or a mom. She has like some mother figure anyway that she doesn't get along with. And it's like when she has her little tantrum at the start because she has to look after the baby. Both of us remembered it, or else like one of us said it and the other one didn't disagree. And it was like a folie à deux kind of a moment. Both of us like imagined that the mom's name was Debra. So she's like, "You're not my real mom, Debra," or something like that. So that's what the name Debra means to me these days. Play nice. I don't even know what this move does. Oh, my attack fell. Whatever. As if you still stand a chance. I'll just use the icicle. You're just staving off you're just staving off your inevitable doom, Debra. You're not my real mom, Debra. I never even finished talking about why I have Roxette in my in my party all of a sudden. The reason I have Roxette in my party is because I was thinking, oh, the water type gym is coming up, and I forgot that I have Vigo. Hello. The trainers in this game really don't have good eyesight at all, do they? But, I was like, oh, the water type gym is coming up, and what am I going to use against all the water type Pokemon? against the new 3D Nintendo 3DS and all the 2017 games. And then I remembered that I have this Emolga, which I was so happy to see. I was like, I might as well make use of her. Good old Roxette here. Because it must have been love when I saw that thing swooping around in the canopy of that woods, whatever it's called, on the Isle of Armor. When else would you get the opportunity to use one of these things? Like, I think that's like going to be the weird thing about this LP, is that and probably the benefit of not being one of those posers that LPs the game as soon as it comes out. Is like the geez, that was a hot take if ever I heard one, but like anyone who most LPs are done like right when the game comes out the first time, so I guess then the problem with that is that people are only finding their feet in the game, right? Whereas like I have the benefit of having played the game before, and I also have access to the Isle of Armor and now the Crown Tundra all of a sudden, to be able to like have maybe a more interesting team than just like your standard stuff, you know. Maybe that's going to be a good thing. I mean, I love Galarian Rapidash as much as the... What's he going to put in? Oh, cutie fly. You're such a tweety pie. So what was I even saying? Oh yeah. So maybe it's a good thing that we're going to be using maybe more unusual Pokemon, I guess, because Emolga deserves his time in the spotlight. Roxette deserves love just as much as anybody else does, even if the love is over now. Pokemon are living creatures, you can't always raise them how you want. Well look, there's a maxim for any parent if ever I saw one. Oh, there's like a Pokeball in there. Might as well go in and get that as well. Hello. A shed. All these... Whoa! Whoa! I actually got terrified by that thing just like coming swooping in at me. That like weird like perfume Pokemon. Oh yeah, this is like the one of the nurseries or whatever. There's another one in the wild area, which I don't think I've ever used this nursery here. I think the one that I always use is the one in the wild area. Oi, just jump over that bike already. We need to cross this long bridge. We're gonna use that bike to chase around gym challengers. It'll be a scream. And there's like this strange like surgeon just out for his... Well, he's either a surgeon or a germaphobe out for his morning stroll or whatever. Hey, young gym challenger, they're trying to steal my bike. Please, if you could give them a good thrashing, I would be in your debt. Okay, well, it's not like I've got anything else on today. Oi, we're not trying to steal that bike, only borrow it. We're going to use it to chase after gym challengers and make them all tired. But I'm thinking you deserve a special shout out. I'm going to crush you in a battle. Well, we'll see what Roxette has to say about that. Team Yelp run. I like how these guys, like as I say, they're not particularly malicious or anything like that. They're just misguided, I think, is like the real thing. Which is kind of like what I liked about Team Skull as well, you know. Team Skull were just kind of were just a little bit kooky as well, you know. They were just a bit funny. Like, you could tell they weren't, like, really, like, evil or anything like that, you know, and then you got to see, like, Guzma, turned out to be, like, a pretty good guy at the end of it. Homer wants to learn Zen Headbutt. Well, I'm not going to stand in his way. You might as well learn it instead of... Like, there's literally, like, no reason for him to know Confusion instead of Zen Headbutt. Especially when, like Slowpoke, Slowpoke's attack is Slowpoke one of those like weird Pokemon whose attack stat is higher than his special stat in Generation 1? didn't even look at like what the Pokemon was that he was going to use. But it's going to be a dark type, I know that much, so we might as well use Courgette here. And again we get this bizarre music. Oh, it's that asshole fox Pokemon. He even has a mustache. Look at him, standing there like a little Rory Calhoun, even though he's not standing up. He looks more like Gyro Zeppeli or whatever, if anything. Roxette grew to level 22. But then, like, I completely forgot that I have Vigo. How could I forget that? It's like, actually, I forgot almost every Pokemon I had. I was trying to think of, like, what Pokemon do I have in my team, and all I could think of was a child and Courgette, and I could and Ollie. I couldn't think of like anybody else, so I got very confused then. Oh, Sableye, I forgot you were in this game. Sableye is just one of those Pokemon that unfortunately gets forgotten quite often, actually, even though it's like a really cool design. It's a shame, like, at least they've kind of like, well, I don't know if they've stopped doing that. They've stopped, like, I find, like, ever since the whole, like, physical special divide happened, a lot of Pokemon have been able to... Oh, I forgot, it's like a ghost type. Oh no, I'm astonished. Well, at least you're paralyzed. Well, geez, I can't do anything, actually, to be honest, at the moment. And I like how you're keeping up, like, a brave face there in the face of adversity. Might as well send out a child. So yeah, I'm just hanging out here on a Sunday evening, playing Pokemon Shield. I was actually playing the Crown Tundra this weekend, since it came out on Friday, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I love a lot of the Pokemon they added back in there. Like, they added a whole load of my all-time favourites. Especially, you guys know I love the fossil Pokemon. So the fact that a load of those fossil-type Pokemon are after being added back into the game is something that I'm only happy about. I was thinking, was it in this, like, yeah, I'm quite the trainer. I'll give the spike to you then. Better you have it than Team Yell. Rotom loves Motor so much that that's his name backwards. If I attach a motor to a bicycle, then maybe I could get a Rotom to pop into that as well, right? Give it a shot, enjoy cycling together. Oh, so it's like an e-bike, since they're all the rage these days. I'll read the manual. Ugh, I don't need the manual, thank you. But now we finally have the bike, which is great. That would have sped up a whole load of things on a... That would have sped up a whole load of things on the Isle of Armor. And there we can get like a little preview of the second area of the wild... of the second half of the wild area, which we will be able to visit at some point. Oh, Hop is here. Oh, well, thanks for warning me. At least he warns you. Sounds like fucking May in Generation 3. Just comes up and blindsides you right off the bat. All you're doing is, comes up and blindsides you right off the bat. All you're doing is walking along underneath the cycling path, and this bitch comes up and just fights you. I'm trying to see, like, what attack, if there's any, like, attacks I can teach to Roxette here. Well, Attract. Magical Leaf. No. Pin Missile. No. Scary... Of course a child can learn Scary Face. Swift is like the only other one that it can learn. Tract might actually be useful, but whatever. It's like you can only use it 50% of the time, you know? It's like, what's the point if you can only use it 50% of the time? it's just not worth having a slot on there anymore then. It's not even 50% of the time if you consider like all the Pokemon that are genderless or whatever, that are neither male nor female. How did I use like 15 Thunder Shocks already? I've gone crazy with that thing. Double kick. Are you alright, AI, today? Using the not very effective moves here, Wooloo. The little horns on top of its head. It's that part of the video where I started asking myself what I was talking about before I lost my train of thought, or before the game distracted me. Thwacky. Oh yeah, that's Krooky's evolution. Well, I guess we'll send in Ollie, I guess. Ollie Oxenfree. I shouldn't be making fun of her like that. Oh yeah, the Crown Tundra. They've added in like a lot of my favourites, and I was going to ask, is it in like this series or was it in Minecraft where I started talking about like what kind of gym leader I would be if I was a gym leader. Now I've got your power! Pharaoh Man just punches him. Oh, it's so good. Well, this is one of those situations where Ice Shard will probably come in handy. Yes, I've mastered type matchups. I think I showed you that in the first episode of the LP, actually, or one of them anyway. And since it lowered its speed, I'm faster than you, Thwacky. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, in case you don't know it yet, if I were a gym leader, I wouldn't be like a specific type, as in like elemental type. My like gym's theme would be the Vigo wants to learn the move Takedown. Might as well like look at what he had. Might as well go over tackle, whatever. The theme of my gym would be like the fossil, kind of semi-fossil themed gym or whatever. So like the Pokemon I'd like to have in my gym would be things like, well, Lapras I think you could probably get away with because it has that sort of prehistoric look about it, you know. But otherwise things like Cradily I love. I actually love Aurorus, the ice type dinosaur-like Pokemon. And what else? Omastar, Kabutops, all of them. I just love all of those Pokemon. Relicanth is another one I really like, so I guess the majority of the Pokemon would be water types just by virtue of the fact that so many of the fossil type Pokemon are water type Pokemon. But yeah, that would pretty much be like the theme of my gym, because there's like something about like a lot of them. They're just like the aesthetic of a load of those like prehistoric style Pokemon is just totally my wavelength. I just love them, including Lapras, you know. They're just all so cool. This generation has like its own like interesting fossil Pokemon of its own, though I'm not really a fan, to be perfectly honest. Their aesthetic doesn't really do anything for me. But a lot of people seem to like them, I guess. They look a little bit clunky to me. There's just like the visual design is just not my cup of tea. We both got ourselves the same grass badge. It's the Grasswho. It's the Grasswho. It's the Grassman in the Yahoo's territory. This is like a Hop's inferiority complex is a running theme throughout this game, as you'll see. You've gotten strong, Harry. Seems like I've got to train even harder from now on. You go for it, Hop. You're the one who needs the revive more than I do, since I took out all your Pokemon. Next up is Nessa, the leader of the Water Gym. That reminded me of something, and it's like one of those or/tip of my tongue things. Nessa is the leader of the Water Gym. It's like reminding me of something, and I literally have no idea what it's reminding me of. Hello there. Fresh, are you on your way to your cameo appearance in The Wizard of Oz or something like that? Oh, it was like the next up is the mirror gate, or the next is the mirror gate. It's even worse than the first gate, or something like that. That's what it was reminding me of, I think. Work to raise the good points of a Pokemon. Don't worry about its bad points. Do you know what? That's a philosophy that I can totally get on board with, Denise. Because I totally agree. You should use your favorites. You should use the Pokemon that you like. I mean, like, every Pokemon can be... when am I going to learn a flying attack? It's really getting me down that I don't have one. And when is Vigo going to learn a poison attack? For that matter. But yeah, that's always been my philosophy. Like, just like, use the Pokemon that you like the best, you know? Use the ones that are your favorites. They mightn't necessarily be the best Pokemon, but if you're using another Pokemon just because they're strong, but you don't actually like their aesthetic, or you don't actually like their style, or you don't like the type of Pokemon it is, well, you're not going to enjoy playing with them anyway, so what's the point, you know? That leafage thing, whatever it's using, is like the biggest waste of time. How is it avoiding the attack so much? That's crazy. At this rate, the hail is going to take it out. I've never seen Icy Wind miss so much. Certainly never misses when it's being used on me, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, the Crown Tundra, as I say, definitely a cool Pokemon, and they definitely added quite a few interesting things. I suppose I can bring Roxette back in. I'm trying to get Roxette's levels up to be able to use her in the water type gym, because to be honest, I'm not sure whether I'll use her for like very much of the game, so I'd like to kind of give her some airtime while I have the chance. So this is going to be the Roxette debut episode, I guess. And to be honest, I think I'm probably only going to record this one video, because I'm probably going to head down after this and make myself something to eat. Something to eat. How thoughtful of me to offer you tea. Hello. I actually had to talk to you to trigger the battle. This is going to be another long video. Apologies. What's up with her face? She's doing like a weird cat face or something like that. It's like first we have the gym leader with the Ditto face, and now we have you with a cat face. What's the world coming to these days? It's like that anime I saw is on Netflix. What's it called? BNA or whatever, which seems to be about like hybrid animals and people. But I don't know. I have no real like. There's nothing that's telling me like, oh, you have to watch that. You know, it's not like it's like making me like. I don't have an urge, like the urge boat, to. Speaking of boats, here we are. I don't have the urge to watch it. I definitely had the urge to watch Dorohedoro, which is like amazing, like fantastic anime. If you have, and actually one of those an anime that really, when I watched it, it made me want to read the manga, which like I think that's a good anime will do that, really, to be honest. So that's like my next foray into the world of Dorohedoro. So if you haven't watched it, definitely do. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the video here, because if I take one more step, all of those old people that are older than me, probably the same age as me in real life, will start talking to me. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye now.